I suppose the difficult thing is, until it happens, we don't know. You know, of course, European politicians at the moment will say, oh, if you vote to leave because they want us to stay, we're going to be really tough. They could hardly say, yeah, vote to leave and you can have whatever you want. We just don't know, do we?
Well, I'm on the Trade Committee, and the EU is doing all these trade deals all around the world. Canada has held up a bit, but it's doing Australia, New Zealand now, for example. India I work on. So essentially, the model of running your own country and getting a great deal with the trade deal with the EU is proven in that sense.
Except nobody will ever have been in our position if we vote to leave. That's unique.
That is different.
I mean, Greenland's about the closest, and that's a stretch.
Well, I would say, though, it makes it easier to do a trade deal, something you don't hear from Remain, in the sense that we're already compliant now because we're members of the EU. So we don't have the tariffs to negotiate away, 150% tariffs on whiskey, say, in India. You don't have that problem.
What's your honest assessment? I mean, it's almost impossible to tell, I know. Supposing we voted to leave, it's June the 23rd, and I don't know when, certainly before Christmas, maybe even in the autumn. See, Article 50 is ignited and we begin. What do you think the mood will be like in the European capitals dealing with this?
I think it will be mixed because there will be a question of, you know, there are strong relationships that have been relationships that have been forged over years. There are obviously trade implications as well for the European Union. However, given what we know about, you know, the rise of the hard right in countries such as France or the like, I think there will also be a very strong desire to have a very clear message that if other countries want to go down this route, this is not going to be sort of sunshine ever after and almost no change.
In case it encourages Madame Le Pen in France or the Alliance for Deutschland in Germany.
Yeah, those countries. And I think the other key issue will also be that very vexed question about free movement. And that if we decide, and I mean we don't quite know who will be doing the negotiating for the UK, your party will sort that for us, but you know that given that we don't, if that's going to be a key issue, then I think a whole lot of other things become very difficult, and you'll then be very grateful for the work that I've been doing on EU migration policy when we're actually
we need to knock on your door.
Well, yeah, you know, to find out what your rights are. You know?
The negotiation, and we're only being hypothetical here, the people haven't voted yet, but if we are out of the EU, will we not be confronted by quite an existential choice in a way that you can have free movement within the EU and you can have the single market? But you can't pick and choose from it. You've got to have both if you want one.
This, I think, is a fallacy we've heard from Remain, because only 4 out of 140 trade agreements the EU actually has in various forms has free movement, and 2 of those, Switzerland and Liechtenstein, are actually they're getting rid of freedom of movement. So,
well, Switzerland doesn't know what to do. The people voted against
very,
it,
very difficult situation.
but the EU is even refusing to talk because they say, look, access to the single market. You got to keep the borders open.
I accept that. But the thing that people don't realise, including President Obama, is that we have a guaranteed WTO rules-based deal, which is non-negotiable. We've already signed the treaty, Marrakesh Treaty. It's exactly the same relationship we have, the EU has with the US at the moment, and Canada and India, etc. So there's a fallback position, and what you're talking about is a better trade deal on top, which all of us want. Because I've got in my paper here the former head of the German CBI, the BDI. He says, of course, there'll be a trade deal.